Well, hello everybody. And just like that, June. How
Amazing.
crazy. How crazy. I mean, literally it feels like it was just winter like yesterday.
Yep. Here we are, lush green grass and rain.
Rain already, yeah. Well, we had our sunshine in May. We had hardly any rain.
That's
and
right.
now June, we're having rain every day, which is okay. We need the rain. We need the rain. So that's all good. So, but because it's June, what does that mean?
That means May stats are out.
May stats are out, and you, the audience, was asking for stats specifically for Sherwood Park. So that's what we're going to do. Take a look at our other video. We're going to have the link below to basically connect you with our raised stats for all of the greater Edmonton area.
Yep.
So have a look at that. And this time we're just going to focus in on Sherwood Park. And by the way, if you're interested in any other community, whether it's a small town, small city around the greater Edmonton area or a community within Edmonton, just let us know. Put the comments below and we'll be happy to record that for you as well. Without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at Sherwood Park here. So thanks very much for tuning in. Rob Yastrzemski with RJ Homes.
And Rita Sobkowicz with RJ Homes.
And let's get into it. So let's go with start with the listings.
Sure. So total listings for Sherwood Park in May of 2026 was 346. Now, of those 346, Rob, it's amazing. 145 are active, 166 are already sold, and 35 are pending.
So crazy.
It is crazy here.
If you think about it, we're talking, the population here is, in just Sherwood Park, is about 75,000.
Yeah.
This does not take into consideration Strathcona County, which is all of the acreages around Sherwood Park, which, by the way, for those of you that are not from this area, Strathcona County is a very large area.
Yeah.
Many kilometers. So that in itself adds a lot more stats. However, it's still very similar, as in anything that is listed, it sells pretty quickly.
It does,
right?
very quickly. Yeah.
So just think about that. 145 listings in all of the residential segments for a population of about 75,000.
That's very little to choose from.
Crazy how little. So let's explore this a little bit. Let's dive into the days on market. What's the average days on market for a listing? So in any of the segments of the residential segments, how long does it take before it sells?
Less than a month, only 27 days.
27 days.
That's pretty quick.
So, and now think about this though. We're going to actually dive in a little bit more here, because this takes into consideration the extreme, well, in this case, it's not that long, but it's still the longest that it took for a listing to sell in the month of May, which is how many days?
117, sorry,
117. So basically what, about 4 months, not quite?
That's right.
That's the highest it took, the longest it took to sell.
And the lowest, of course, 0.
0, which essentially, what does that mean?
That means the minute it hit the market, it was sold that day.
So that day. So 0 days on market and sold.
Yeah.
And so again, just like averages and medians, if we take out the one that took the longest to sell,
that's right,
and the one that took the least amount of time to sell, out of those 300 or out of those 166 that sold, what's the median amount of days that it takes to sell?
Just over 2 weeks, at 16 days.
16 days on market. So this is more of a true average, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
16 days on market. As compared to the Edmonton area, we were talking about 37-ish?
36, 37, somewhere around there.
So almost half the amount of time here in the Sherwood Park area. And Sherwood Park is, of course, for those of you that are tuning in from outside of the area, we're literally attached to Edmonton on the east side of Edmonton. Very easy to get in and out of here. And it's we can call it a bedroom community. Bedroom community because we all come here to sleep, and a lot of people go to work in the Edmonton area. And there's nowhere for teenagers to dance because there's no dance clubs.
That's right.
So we have very little crime. So that's pretty awesome.
Very little crime. We got all of our amenities. We even have a Costco.
Right.
All the shopping.
And it's all good. So we very highly desirable area. So that's no surprise that we're getting such amazing amount of activity.
That's right.
So with that being said, we're going to explore a little bit of a different kind of things that we don't have in the Edmonton stats. And that's the price per square foot average is and the list price to sale price ratio.
Yeah.
So let's start with the list price to sale price ratio. What are we looking at here? What does this really mean?
Okay, so Sherwood Park is kind of unique because the average list price was $537,062, and the average sold was a little above that at $539,129, which really pushes us above the 100%.
So what this means is that if you list your home competitively at the right price, so when you're working with a realtor, they'll be able to take a look at the stats, the recent sales, and make sure that they position you in a way where you're going to be competitively priced.
Yeah.
At least that's what they should be doing. They should be doing all that homework for you. And then if you have a home that's well positioned, meaning it's priced well, that looks like it's in great shape, right?
Yeah.
Like, what are we looking at for homes that are most desirable? What type of homes?
Detached.
Detached, but what about the condition?
Oh, they have to be in phenomenal condition.
Move-in ready.
Move-in ready, renovated, clean. You don't need to paint. You don't need to replace carpets. Modern.
Those are the ones that sell the quickest.
Absolutely.
And interestingly enough, in Sherwood Park, that doesn't really hold true, because think about this. The average the average list price to sold price ratio, average, still sells over list price.
Exactly. So
everything's selling.
Exactly. Which likely means there was a multiple offer. That's why they sold above list price.
Right. Now that's the average. So we always keep on telling people, hey, don't go looking at all those national news reports that say the real estate market is down.
No.
That's not happening here in the Sherwood Park area. And it's not even happening as much in the greater Edmonton area.
No.
But certainly not in Sherwood Park. So this is a very unique market. We're really still very, very, very active here. So incidentally, if you're thinking about selling your home, contact us right away. We have buyers pretty much in every segment looking for a home in Sherwood Park.
Yeah.
So let's do something interesting. A lot of people sometimes are thinking about buying a brand new construction home. And brand new construction home, the builders always preach about one thing.
Their price per square foot.
Price per square foot. Yeah. Now here with the resale market, the price per square foot, there's a lot more that has to be considered, because a lot of the new construction homes are only finished above grade.
Right.
The basement's not developed.
You're missing window coverings, landscaping, decks, fencing, all that sort of stuff. There's extra stuff you have to do after that.
And here in the resale market, usually a lot of that stuff's already done, so there's a lot more to consider. But having said that, let's just for fun, let's just go over what is the average price per square foot in Sherwood Park.
Among all segments is $345.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Builders on average are naming or have prices that are higher than this, and they don't offer any of those additional valuable things.
Absolutely.
Like basements that are developed, that's $50,000-$60,000.
Oh, yeah. Window coverings. Maybe washer and dryer, a deck, landscaping, fencing, all that stuff. It adds up.
And remember, it's nice to have a brand new home. Don't get me wrong. I've had a few brand new construction homes. I love it. It's great. But you're constantly working on it until you get all that stuff done.
Exactly.
Not only that, for those of you who have kids or dogs and you want to go for a walk in your neighborhood, what happens for the first couple of years when you're in a new neighborhood?
You're living in a mud pile.
If it's raining like it is today,
it's misery.
You're literally having to pack everybody in the car.
Exactly.
Drive to some other neighborhood to go for a walk.
Exactly. And hope you don't get a flat tire from a roofing nail.
Oh my God, so true. So true. Isn't that true? You're always you're always having to have a flat to be repaired.
Exactly.
So that's a very good comment. I like that. So you know what? The other thing that's interesting, that we have a little bit of different metrics we want to share with you versus the greater Edmonton area stats, and that is our list price analytics. We just want to kind of go over the high list price, kind of like the high roller segment we do in the Edmonton real estate market.
Yeah.
So let's just go over that. Sure. What is the highest list price?
So we talked earlier, the average price was $537,281. Now the highest list price was $1.925707 was the high, and the low was $132,800.
Yeah, so we're actually going to go ahead and display those listings for you so that you could see exactly what you can get for $132,000 in Sherwood Park and what kind of home that was for $1.925 million.
Yeah.
So let's explore that. Now, you know what? That's the average listing prices.
Yeah.
Now let's go and explore the sold price analytics, meaning list price versus sold price. So the highest list price versus the highest sold price. Let's just go through that. So on your screen, you'll see there is a blue or a purple and a kind of like a pink color. So we'll just go through that segment by segment. What's the highest one?
The highest one, 1.86 million. So
that's 1.86 million is the sold price versus what we just talked about as 1.95 being the highest list price.
That's right.
So we are seeing a lot of those sales still happening here.
Absolutely, yeah.
What about the lowest one?
The lowest one was list price 132,800, but the lowest sale price was 145,000.
So that's just for the month of May, remember that?
Yeah.
Now, interestingly enough, the average list price versus the average sale price?
Again, it was higher. So the average list price was 537,062, but the average sale price was 539,129. So slightly above.
Interesting how quickly that changes.
Yeah.
Basically, just going over real quick, the amount of active listings that buyers have to choose from today in Sherwood Park.
Only 145 choices.
Crazy.
That's it.
Crazy. So if you think about that, if you're looking at something specific, let's say you're looking at a detached home and it has to have a double attached garage and it has to be newer than, say, no older than 25 years.
Yeah.
At least in this millennium.
Yeah.
That only gives you a handful of listings to choose from.
That's right.
In all price segments. In all price segments. How crazy is that? That's very, very, very few choices for the buyers here. So anybody who is thinking about buying, make sure you are pre-approved with your mortgage broker. Make sure you work with your real estate agent to make sure that you're ready to go, because there is no time when you see something coming through.
Exactly.
How quickly do you have to act for your buyers?
You literally have to drop what you're doing as soon as you see that property hit the market and race over there to look at it and make your decision right away. You don't have time to sit and
Many times,
wait.
how long is it before offer presentation?
Almost immediately.
Yeah, so there you go.
So you gotta be ready.
Remember, make sure that you're working with a professional real estate agent and a excellent mortgage broker, and that way you can be prepared and be ready for this crazy market that we're in. Very much still in a very strong seller's market.
Very strong seller's market, without a doubt.
So there you go. So thank you very much for watching the video all the way to the end. And we'll see you. I know we've been seeing in the comments here that you guys like what we're showing you here as far as Sherwood Park from stats. So we're going to continue to do that. So we'll see you in a month.
Couple
weeks. We'll
discuss
June's
That's
markets.
right. Awesome.
Thanks very much. Remember, put your comments below. We read them, and we'd be happy to record another video on any other community that you're interested in.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Bye.